Are we back? I think we are. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna check where we got cut off there. Oh, also this is deadly. Damn it. There we go. About the circumstances that... this... Yeah, and this is where, like, the fact that we don't really know a lot about the circumstance... Okay, it was only brief. It still sucks, because now the VOD's gonna be fucked, but can't really help that. Hang on, there's something I also need to change. Because we are doing... Whoa, no. Moobot, please. Deadly life. Whoop. Internet's been, like, fucking phenomenal for the last, like, couple of months, and apparently this weekend it just decided, nah. Nah, we're not playing ball anymore. Come back up. Here we go. Alright. So you didn't miss much. I was just gonna say that, like, part of the problem we're facing now is that we just don't know too much about the circumstances that when this occurred, because, like, it should, based on what we know, it should only be the student council that was able to access this room. But I get the feeling that trying to trying to lock it would just be trying to cover up the body, I guess. Like, it's not necessarily that the person was trying to frame the student council, although, I mean, that would be convenient. Yeah, there's... Oh, not focused again. Yeah, there's just a lot about this case that's kind of very not clear right now. Okay, Miyu. This busty brainy beauty has figured it all out. Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is? Huh? The culprit? Fuck that.
Hey.
Shuichi, do we really have the time to be listening to her? Wait! Hey, wait, goddammit. Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me. Listen.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this. I know you're dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird those wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose? But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions. Diversions? Yep, the culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job? You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her.
What was that?
Huh. The hell's her problem? She on the rag or something? Wow, Miyu. Christ. So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. Actually, that's a good point. You only need an effigy for the one you were going to resurrect. Why did she make all four? I mean, she established earlier that she kind of got carried away with the detail, but, like, why make one for each of the dead? You don't need that for the ritual, right? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's just see how detailed these really are. Is Miyu really going to check if the wax effigies are anatomically correct? Miyu tried to look up the wax's figure's skirt.
Hey.
What are you doing? Stop that. What? I just wanted to see if this... Miyu, you're my favorite, but this is some shit. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited about your dead girlfriend as a doll now? Jesus, Miyu.
Fucking virgin.
If you like the wax doll so much, then go fuck the doll already. Starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Miyu is a waste of time. I think that's it? I mean, I could look at the door, but it's unlocked, but I think there are still things to investigate here. Like what? Haven't we looked at everything? I looked at the back door. This door's the back of the lab. Sliding lock, and it's locked. No one has used this door since we got here. I suppose that means that Angie locked this door, and it's been locked the entire time. There's also something golden shiny on the door. That is interesting. In addition to that, opening and closing the lock is exceptionally easy. The lock slides at the slightest touch. That may be an important clue as well. Oh, no, hold on. No, the twisting thing couldn't work, because if you twisted it such that the sword lined up with the latch, it would immediately hit it the second you let go. Like, you couldn't get from the doll to the door and out before that twisted around and hit the lock, right? Like, I think I'm visualizing that correctly? Yeah. Was there something at Angie's body that I didn't inspect? Angie's body, pool of blood, Necronomicon, back door, wax doll Kaede. I guess I'll look at the specific thing. The 4 effigies are hung up with the exposed. The wax are definitely made the same with Angie, but why are they hung up? It's also part of the take a lot of work to hang all these up. That implies there was a reason behind it. And what is that reason, and who did it? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? I'm not really sure what I'm meant to be... Yeah, like, looking at the beams does nothing. And, like, I'm assuming looking at any of the wax effigies would just be the same as looking at any other wax effigy. I looked at the katana. Oh, unless I have to talk to Maki?
Hey.
I just want to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you're sure that that front door was locked? Yes, I'm positive. Yeah, because I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. It really is locked. The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles. It was click, click, click. Clack. There, open sesame. So he picked this cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The Monocubs took the key. Yeah. We no longer had the key, so it's not really possible. There's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. And then Monodam was like, yep. About to nom on this key. Swipe the key from Monophane and then lifted it to his mouth. Nom. Oh my god, I forgot he actually said nom. Ah, he ate it.
Then...
So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Other than the people... Well, he's the only one that could have gotten past the lock without Angie helping them. Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased. So the front door was locked from inside the room.
No.
Not necessarily, I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. Art Lab's front door. So that should be it. Yeah. Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. Yeah, it's almost like they tried to set this up as like some mystery or something. The front door that we came from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
This.
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery. Yeah. Locked, huh? Yes, the cylinder lock's key was taken by the monocubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside. But only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab. So he could have created this locked room mystery. He very well could. Oh my god. If... Like, there isn't any evidence connecting Kokichi to actually killing Angie. And, like, there's barely anything connecting anyone to it, really. But, like, the idea that Kokichi might have actually made this more complicated... I wouldn't put it past him, and I would fucking hate him for it. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
I remember correctly.
That's true.
That's right.
Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when he tried to enter the lab ourselves. That is very true. If not for the fact that the pool of blood was dry. Well, actually, no. He would have just had to have left the room just before we got there, not necessarily killed Angie right there and then. But, like... Kokichi, I feel, is too sharp to put himself in a situation where he's suspicious when he actually did something. Like, I feel like if he was going to do something like that, he would have, like, he wouldn't just exit the room the second everyone got there, unless that was just convenient timing. I don't know, that... I'm less convinced now, but he's a shit stirrer. What do I know?
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. Yeah. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Kokichi's lockpicking. I think we finished investigating everything for now. Yeah.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry.
Right.
You're right. First, we should investigate the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. I agree. We may find a clue related to the katana. That's true. We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way.
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
Whatever.
Well, that's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true the Maki is a tremendous help to me. Yeah, he's certainly better than fucking Kaito. Or she's certainly better than fucking Kaito. Alright. Anthropologist lab, let's go. Dun, dun, dun. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from right here. It's just the sheath. Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here, I'm certain of it.
That's true.
Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab after all.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it. Yep.
That's true.
Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab too. Gold leaf katana. Or more to it.
Oh?
Hi, Kokichi. Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Ew.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess that is your signature look.
Anyway.
I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it. Something for the seance? Yep, that white sheet over there. The one on the floor? Oh. That's been on the floor for like a couple of scenes now, like even before the murder. That's weird. We bought the wooden dog statue in the cage already, but I guess we need that sheet too.
What is it?
And the sheet. I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need that stuff either.
So that means...
That's why I figured I'd do a little research on this seance before I got the sheet. Study. So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around, and I heard it was, like, some old handmade book. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Yep, it says it says Cage Dog Village right here on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see, what does it say about the caged child seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book he picked up. Oh, is it this page? It's hard to read, but I can see the caged child is mentioned here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Oh my god, channeling the spirit of Gundam Tanaka a bit. Yeah, Kyo's drawing the same magical circle as the one in this picture. Oh Christ. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the caged child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium and a dark place with no light.
Remember correctly.
Just like Kyo said. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the caged dog village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the other 4 participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage. Also, it says we can't step on the magical circle during the preparations. The dog god... Do you mean the wooden dog statue? When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights to create complete darkness. The seance will begin with when the 4 participants are each standing at a corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the caged child song. After the song ask, is the caged child, then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. Something's gonna happen during this seance. There's 0 chance that it would explain the ritual in that much detail if some... Oh no. Fucking god. This case isn't over. I don't think this case is over. I'm getting a really awful feeling about this. That sounds complicated. It sure does. Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? No. Whether it works or not, Kyo has been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Yeah, Kyo has been very vocal about the fact that he really wanted to do this. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of these copies, I've already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate. Yeah, like, he wouldn't miss an opportunity to do this. Fuck, which makes it the perfect setup to actually frame him. Wait, is someone actually trying to frame Kyo here? What? Okay, I'm assuming something's going to happen during the seance that, like, implicates Kyo. Or something worse. Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. That's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct the seance without it. But is it even possible? Contacting Angie's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? Huh?
Well, you know.
You should see how it plays out with your own eyes. Something is going to happen during this fucking seance. There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet. Maybe it's better if you join them. You think so?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Ooh. It's very rare that, no, this is gonna go wrong. Now you're talking.
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. The 3 empty rooms are in the middle one. Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. Oh, I got that too. Yeah, cool. I guess I'm fine to leave then?
Hello.
So, Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well as Shuichi. You are most welcome to join us. Is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spirit medium, may join.
Oh, man.
What a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out. Oh my god. I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while.
Listen up.
Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange juice. Okay. It's really unfair to Kibo, but given the crazy crap that's happened so far, I don't think it's actually, I don't think it's entirely silly to worry that something might go awry if Kibo is part of this. To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Kibo.
Why you?
Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come? Yeah, that's actually... Well, I mean, that was Kokichi, wasn't it? Am I just projecting all the bad things that happened in this game to Kokichi? Yes. Do I feel bad? Not really. That's why we're apologizing.
Mock me.
No one's apologized yet. Fine, fine. How bad? Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic waves at us.
How rude.
Why would I do that?
Stop it.
Stop whining, Kibo. I want to start the seance as soon as possible. Fine. But I won't forget this betrayal, Shuichi. What the fuck did I do? This was Kokichi's idea. Ah. What did I do?
So then,
So now, Shuichi has joined us. First, some warnings.
do you understand?
Do not enter the magic circle that I've drawn on the floor. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magical circle with salt?
That's correct.
I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed.
Well then,
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail,
terrifying.
but it may also unleash a curse.
Okay.
This seance is cursed. That's bad. Got it. I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture.
Do not worry.
I have the entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I also have the Caged Child song memorized. You must do the same.
Do you understand?
At long last, young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage, at mountain's bottom within the darkness. At long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl? At long last. I've copied the words to the song down here. Please commit it to memory. Everyone else has already memorized it after all. You'll be unable to read in the dark.
Huh?
We have to memorize the lyrics now? You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to the task. Here is the melody. I listened to Kyo sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody and lyrics. Oh, we don't get to hear it? I mean, that'll probably happen with the ritual, I guess, if they're going to do it anywhere. Alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are, indeed, the ultimate detective.
Well then.
Let us begin the ritual right away.
How exciting!
Yay! We finally get to see Angie!
So then,
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in.
No.
No, I'll do it. Okay. Outside of my suspicions that this is going to go horribly wrong, and outside of the fact that, something else that was relevant to that point, the fact that the music cut out. Oh no. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie. Yeah?
That's right.
Oh no. Please no. Tenko's gonna fucking die. You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way you can say goodbye to her. And after you finish saying your goodbyes, keep your chin up and live facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. She's gonna fucking die. Oh my god, Tenko's gonna die.
By the way.
Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do.
Ah!
Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too.
Damn it!
And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up.
Yes!
Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. It seems like the two of them made up. That's good.
So then,
So now we've decided on a spiritual medium, let us begin.
Yes!
Alright, Himiko. I'll see you later.
now I would like the spirit medium Tenko to sit within the center circle. Please be sure to walk on the path so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Make sure you watch your steps. It's so dark in here.
Next, you must be as a turtle within that circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure it until the seance is complete.
Oh, no.
Whatever you
This is like
must raise
watching
your head or change positions.
a train from like a kilometer away moving straight towards like a car that's stopped on the tracks that just can't move. And like I'm too far away to do anything. It would be like I wouldn't get there in time to actually do anything by the time I get. Oh god, this is.
Piece of cake. I have 5-star flexibility.
I can't believe how stressed this is making me. Like, from story perspective, I think someone's gonna die here. Like, the way this has been set up is just like, oh, there's too much detail for this not to matter in the case coming up. But, like, fuck me. This... like, the fact that I know someone's gonna die, it's still stressing me out that, like, it's gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? Starting now, the rest of us must go to work. There are many things left to be done. First, we must place this iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Shuichi and Kokichi. And please keep in mind, walk carefully as not to disturb the magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong.
I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on! Don't just drop it on top of me!
I know. It wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
Right.
Please don't jinx us!
Usually when something's telegraphed like this, I don't get too much. I don't feel that affected by it. But that little exchange between Himiko and Tenko has just made this like agonizing. Like, oh god, they finally fucking made up. And
So, next, we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that role. All right. Everything is prepared. Tenko, how are you doing?
Well, I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. The four of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
yeah, and we took like 3 of the weakest people in the entire group to do it. Or 4 of the weakest people.
Even with 4 people, it's still really heavy.
Oh, holy crap, this weighs a ton!
I'm sure this is probably a mistake, but Himiko is actually stepping on the circle. Like, I don't think that's meant to be the case, but
It's not much more than 175 pounds.
that seems pretty heavy.
I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances and magic don't mix.
That's bullshit, but I believe it.
Are you sure it's okay to put something so heavy on top of the cage?
Well, I mean, the iron cage is like completely the iron cage is like really sturdy. I don't think it's gonna break from that. I honestly, I'd actually be more worried about this whole thing falling through the floor.
Iron cage was made specifically for seances.
But no, I get, we established that was already, like, held together with, braces, so... It, like, the flooring is kind of loose, but it's, or sorry, not loose. It's not nailed down, but it's snug, and it's not gonna fall through. At least from what we established.
I guess that's fine then.
Now, let us exit the magic circle.
Now I'm just, my mind is just going a million miles an hour thinking about every single detail we learn about this room, about the ritual, and, like, trying to figure out what the fuck.
So then...
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Got it.
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
Well then...
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing. We each stood in a different corner.
Now we darken the room. Kokichi and Shuichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you.
Yeah, got it.
Once the room is dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then, I will call out to Angie. Until she replies, there must be silence.
After the seance is done, Shuichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct.
Remember when I said there weren't that many details to this case?
So please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. The room instantly fell into complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner, then began the singing.
At last, at long last.
Kyo led us all in the caged child song.
Young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage.
This is doing horrendous things to my anxiety right now, holy fuck.
At mountain's bottom, within the darkness, at last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be two or just one? Will the guard dog run far away, or did it eat the little girl?
Hi, Wiley. Yeah, the...
At last, at long last.
Like, is no one gonna... Well, I mean, they have to... oh, fuck, that's actually really clever. No one can really react to this because, like, you have to keep the seance going. We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of it. What was that?
Say,
Wait, what do you mean you think you heard something like that? It sounded like the floor falling through. What? Is the caged child Angie Yonaga? He began calling. Now, if the medium answers... Oh, fuck.
say,
Is the caged child Angie Yonaga? What's going on?
say,
Is the caged child Angie Yonaga?
What's What's the matter?
What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer?
Hold on.
Himiko, I was very clear that you were not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer? Maybe it failed?
Let's see.
Let's light the candles briefly.
Huh?
What? Is that okay? Just for now. Or if Kyo is freaking out, this is not good. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and light the candle once again. Oh, she's dead. I can already see the blood. Hey, what's going on? Did it really fail?
Cannot be.
That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect.
What?
Is Angie not coming? Is that still Tenko in there? Tenko?
I see, yes.
Ah, I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her. I feel like at this point she would have said something. She follows orders well, but how about we let her out for now?
Hold on.
Wait, dark arts such as this need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body.
Man.
Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around, but whatever. Just like setting up, Kyo instructed us how to clean everything up. We were careful to remove everything exactly in the order Kyo directed.
Now, I will remove the sheet.
Kyo pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside. Oh no. Really? Something is amiss. Fucking Kyo. The spirit medium appears to be bleeding. I don't think that was part of the seance. Shouldn't the body of discovery announcement have gone off, like, right then? Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to step on the... But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage and lifted it up. Oh, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up, and... Oh my god, this is the fucking worst. What? Okay.
Really?
Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monophane's green puke was predicting this tragedy. Okay, what does orange puke mean? Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this. Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. Okay, look. The last two victims I obviously felt like incredibly sorry for. That is the saddest reveal of this so far. Like, the second Himiko and Tenko made up. Fuck. Second body discovery announcement played. It didn't take long for everyone to come running.
What?
Tenko? Seriously? What is this? How did this happen?
How this happened?
Gonta, so sorry. Gonta no could protect you.
Wait a minute.
Shuichi, explain the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know. What's happening? We really don't need this right now.
What on earth?
I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, you should maybe start the investigation right away?
Say,
Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko, yes?
huh?
Huh?
If so,
What happens in the event that there are 2 murders by 2 people? What if there are 2 guilty? Will we need to find them both at the class trial?
that's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario? Huh? What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen? Why do you look lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy. Why do you keep saying that? I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know. Oh man, they're all disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we don't know what to investigate. Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help. Ah yes, comatose and balding Monokuma. I'm sure he will have the answers to all our questions. Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us. And here he comes. Yep. Cool. Unless he decides to beam thoughts into my head again. Ugh, it's all your fault that Monokuma ended up like that. Huh? It's all your fault, Monovane. Help! We don't know what to do on our own. We gotta use the power of love that ought to snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's right.
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love. You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam. Why the fuck is everyone so harsh to Monodam? Oh my god. I love you, so please go back to normal. I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Aw, you're making me blush. I mean, we know that he has, like, copies or something like that within the facility, but, like, why now? I'm back! Were you good while I was away? Please don't.
Thank you so much, my adorable darling cubs.
I hate it.
With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing.
He's doing it to the fucking balding Monokuma as well. Okay, that was kind of, that was worth a giggle, but
Daddy, your tongue feels amazing. This better not awaken anything in me.
I take it back. This was not worth it. My thoughts exactly. Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take time off to relax. Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it. The secret is to just leave, whether you have permission or not. Huh? Wait, so then, who's this Baldy then? Oh, just a part-timer. Just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone. Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here. Huh? I thought you were supposed to be more relaxed. Or be relaxed. Okay. Bye, weird-ass Monokuma. Now that nuisance is out of the way, what were you guys talking about again? Oh, that's right. What happened to your votes if there are 2 guilty candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served. First come, first served? The guilty who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target. If the guilty who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer would be considered the guilty. Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill, and Tenko herself is a waste of a victim. Oh my god, you're kidding. This is the worst. Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations. You can review it later. I also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too. Yeah, I guess we still have to establish whether or not this is the same culprit or not. Boy, everything is going on smoothly now. Now that Father's running things again. Leader's got to be able to take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst. You're glowing. You're glowing like a lamp. Ugh, poor Monodam. There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I will never let any of you go. He says, having let the other 2 just die and then laughing about it. He just left us behind while he was saying he'd never let us go?
How nice.
That's why he's so amazing. Fuck you, Danganronpa.
So long. Farewell.
Oh, hi, Monodam. So, to make sense of all that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer. But we don't even know if there is a different culprit, do we?
Let's see.
True, we should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
Ahaha, finally, things are heating up. I'm getting so excited.
Piece of shit.
God, you fucking psycho. Thank you, Miyu. Shuichi, this is bad. Hmm? This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused. I'm in no shape to help right now.
No.
So this is where you need to step up.
Listen up.
Listen, Shuichi. The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so. Gurren Lagann reference.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, then let's check the Monokuma file first. God. The victim is Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. Time of death is approximately 11 AM. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. A stab wound on her neck, the same as Angie's cause of death. Oh yeah. Huh. Doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse? God, not again. Kaito, fuck. Oh my god.
Hey.
What? Curse? Kaito, calm down. No way there's a curse. Don't screw around.
You're the one who's screwing around. Do you want to die?
A dull sound reverberated through the room. I mean, yeah. That's about right. Are you okay?
My bad.
Ooh, God, he got slogged. My bad, Shuichi. I'm starting to feel bad for a different reason. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Man, Kaito can't catch a fucking break this chapter. Kaito left the room still a bit wobbly. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence. True, we haven't time to mourn Tenko's death as our own lives are at risk. That's true, but Angie and then Tenko? And to think earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gonta's fault. Gonta failed to protect friends again. Oh, fuck. Like, Himiko, like, is friends with Tenko, and then, like, is really close with Angie. Then Angie dies, and Tenko and Himiko's kind of upset, or very upset. Then fucking Tenko and Himiko make peace, and she actually starts to be happy for like a minute, and then Christ, Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder because I'm a detective. Investigation resume. It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to. Gonta, bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay? No, that won't be necessary. Yeah, that's not necessary at all. Huh? Huh? Why? Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power. Now he has a torch.
His eyes lit up. I, Muiruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
The flashlight.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Shine on! Shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Of course. Not actually a JoJo reference.
Oh, man.
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him, like, a transformer or something.
It's okay.
Isn't that copyrighted? But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Kiyo's flashlight function. Oh, okay. So it's getting close to lunchtime, and I feel like this investigation is wrapping up soon, so I'm gonna quickly start cooking lunch, and I will be back in just a minute. Alright. So, what have we got to investigate here? A lot, probably. Let's look at the candles. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without the candles it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? Ruined magic circle. It's the magic circle Kiyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well,
Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous? I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my body.
right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Yeah, compared to literally everyone else in this game. In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
What?
We'll find out in Kiyo's lab. It should be written in the Caged Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kiyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, like, at least from the outset, a lot of the details to both of these murders seem to be implicating Kiyo. But, like, again, like, it's one of those things where it's so obvious that, like, no, that's got to be the red herring here. Or at least, like, the initial red herring. So, like, I don't know how much I can actually trust that. No, not... Yes, I know. Magical circle. Thank you. No, stop. Oh my god. I'm gonna start using the mouse for this. It's fucking ridiculous. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kiyo was the one who removed it. Yep, because he was the one that put it on. This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque, and on the back... Huh. Okay. So, I'm making a leap of logic here. And sometimes, especially when it comes to, like, art and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to tell, what the intended look is. But that does not look like... That looks like Tenko... Oh, sorry, that looks like blood, like, spewed out from an origin point very close to the cloth. But that cage was, like, tall, right? So unless, like, blood got on it... Because, like, if I... Okay, I'm going. I should let the game do its thing. Look, there's a blood stain on it right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric. Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth. She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Yeah. Dog statue. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly,
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls. What? What do you know about girls? Have you ever touched a woman besides your mother? God, Marky. I mean, spot on, but damn. What? I'm kidding. Anyway, if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. I mean, she's probably not wrong. But yeah, like, we're going a long way to establish that, like, that cage wasn't fucking moving. Like, it was heavy itself. There was 175 pounds sitting on top of it. Like, yeah, there's... Why is there a huge mystical aura around Kibo? Yeah. Let's look at the body. Marker stone. Ooh, there's blood on the underside of the cage. Well, I mean, yeah, there'd have to be if the, cloth was bloody. Well, you'd presume so anyway. Also, that could be messing up that thing on the sheet, so maybe I'm drawing too much information from that. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly, it is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this. Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone. Crooked floorboard. Ah, this floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
if I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance. Why would it come loose during the seance?
But
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Yeah, like the way we know these floorboards sit is that they're not nailed down, but they're resting on supports, right? So like Tenko just being on that would not be able to make that come loose. Like my immediate thought is that something came out from underneath, but then they'd have to lift Tenko to do that, which seems unlikely. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Ah, wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Yeah, like, I guess you wouldn't really know what a spirit entering your body feels like, so even if you did take, like, a stab in the throat, you might think, like, is this just intense pain from... I don't know. Yeah, either way.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, this victim is too shocked to do... With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then. That makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenko's last moments. Fucking god. Alright, Iron Cage. Hello, Bloodstain. This is a cage used in the seance.
this...
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage.
Okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey,
Hey, look at this.
is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. This splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. Well, it's further establishing that there's no way someone moved the cage to kill her. Like, the cage was in place when she was killed. If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain. Right when the cage was lifted? Right? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted? So she just didn't say anything until... Well, no, that's not true. Didn't we... Well, okay. I saw... The player saw blood before that. But there wasn't anything... Like, how would that even work? Like, the cage is completely see-through. Like, if something was, like, stuck in the back of Tenko's neck, we would have been able to see it. I don't know, that doesn't really make any sense. That is a possibility. I don't think so. I think that's it for that. Oh yeah, there is the hole in the corner, but we can back up just a bit. Actually, before we do that, let's talk to everyone. What a lame function. You should... Oh. Wow, really? Thanks, Kokichi. Contributing as always.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this...
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
Of course. I am shocked about that as well. But why did the seance... It's totally in character. But why did the seance fail? We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Yes.
If we perform the caged child... Perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time. Okay, Kyo. You cannot be that stupid.
This is stupid.
Well, no, actually, no, he might be, because, like, he's really into anthropology. Cut the crap, just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True, it may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
That's so.
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko the spirit medium position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but... Ah, now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Yeah, a huge thunk. Thunk, thank you. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
Ah, we called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then... Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it... I mean, I don't know why... Why is everyone fixating on the fact that she wasn't... Actually, that's weird, because not only are people pointing out that she was dead after they lifted up the iron cage, but we didn't get the body discovery announcement until then either. Like, I don't know if that's a mistake, or... I don't think it'd be a mistake, but I'm wondering what significance that has, if any. And it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem.
How?
And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was one to pull her punches. Like, I really like Kyo, but that was good. That was really fucking funny. Kibo? Do you have anything?
Leave it to me.
Alright, yeah, you're just gonna be a light. I appreciate that, my man.
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
This be?
Gonta so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? Hey, Himiko. Actually, Himiko is kind of important here because she was the closest to the cage when it happened.
Hey!
Be strong, Himiko. Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break. But she's not talking. It's like Himiko not even here. She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko. Oh, that's gonna be important. The fact that Himiko is, like, right up against the cage is gonna have some significance. And it's not gonna come out until the trial or something. We could talk to Maki. I don't know how much she has to... Do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. The floorboards aren't nailed down, they're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable. Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily. But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right?
Okay.
Yes, I suppose. Yeah, like, it's not impossible to move the floorboards, but, like, how you do that is kind of important. And with the cage on top of the floorboards, like, I don't understand how that floorboard can actually come loose. Because everything seems to point to the fact that there's enough weight on top of them that they wouldn't move, so they can't move up, and they can't move down, so... What? Yeah. I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this? I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
What?
Huh?
Because.
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit, for Tenko, and all of us.
I guess.
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Why would someone... Like, At the moment, I'm assuming the reason someone would kill Tenko like this is to frame Kyo. But I'm wondering if it had anything to do with suspicions for Angie, or someone getting back at her for that. Or someone making it look like that's what happened. There's a lot of possibilities. Alright. The, like, very suspicious thing we haven't looked at yet. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still. A hole? Looks like there's a space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down here. Down there. What? Something dropped down there? Something dropped from here? Hole in the corner. So, can we get under the floor? After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves? Right, let's do it. It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine. Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down. Okay, got it. Oh, so we're just gonna pull it up. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candles from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. Almost said under the floorboards. Okay, hold on. What? This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues. It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with the fresh blood. Okay, so first one's first. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. And yeah. So, hello dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath a loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here? Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
What do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed? I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these bloodstains here, it's completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Does this actually have something to do with Angie? Oh, man, this is fucking weird. Loose floorboard. Also, what the fuck? Ah, look, part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboards is cut off. It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing. So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? Like, Angie sustained another wound than the stab in the back of the neck. Did someone, like, just smash her over the head with a 2x4? Oh. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on this sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon. This came from my research lab. Oh, here we go. It did? A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question. Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
That's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Okay, so there's two possibilities. Either the person who killed Tenko was in the room with us, or they were under the floor. But if they were under the floor, I feel like you have more opportunity to hide this well than if you're on the top, and I don't think you just leave this out in the open if you were underneath the floor. That makes me think that whoever it was in the room with us. Oh. Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room. This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. The hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here. If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway. That is true. But yeah, so like that is a very likely scenario. But what I just said about like hiding the murder weapon is, oh, unless you're thinking really carefully. Well, okay. So my initial thing was you would have hit it better if you were under the floor, right? But if you wanted to make it look like someone in the room did it, you would hide it under that hole in the floor, and then you can just get out. And it's like, well, okay, hold on. If I was under the floor, I would not just hide that there. That would point to, like, I'd have better opportunities to hide that. That doesn't make sense. Then the culprit could have moved from room to room.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did all right because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there. Then they could have used a light, well, like we're doing right now. Possibly? I mean, the floorboards are all close together, so it could block the light, I guess. They use the light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? I think we finished investigating here.
Is that all right?
Marky, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. Cool. After Marky and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. Is there even anything to do now?
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise? What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the guilty we need to vote for is the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay,
Yes, of course.
but
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both of their deaths. And we've clearly seen that there is a possible connection between the two. Whether that was incidental or not needs to be determined, and as such, it makes sense to investigate this. Well, I understand why you feel that way, but if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. We should probably go back and, like, double check, I guess, but when I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could have ever imagined unfolded. What? Oh! Oh my... What? That was good. You motherfuckers. Oh my god, I thought Kokichi was dead. Oh, they knew. They fucking knew. Oh, that was really good. Oh, god damn. Oh man, that I would have been so excited if Kokichi was actually dead. This would have been fucking nuts. Damn. I mean, okay, it doesn't make sense for someone to kill Kokichi now, especially since we've established that, like, killing someone is, not gonna get you out. Like, unless that's not your goal, and you just wanted to kill Kokichi, because fuck him. But, what? Wiley, have you got me on fucking speakers? I just got a message from Kaz saying she could hear me. So thanks for that. Oh, fuck. Damn it. That seriously got me. I would have been so happy if he was dead. Fuck. They knew too. Like, there's a lot of... This game obviously leans into the fact that Kokichi's a shithead, but, like, having the double murder and then having the, oh no, is there another one with, like, the character that I bet a lot of people would like to see actually dead? Well done. Well done, Team Danganronpa, you fuckers. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror? No, I was gonna cry in joy, actually. Huh? What are you doing? Okay, yeah, sorry. Coming back to the scene. Why the fuck is he bleeding? Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through a floorboard?
So mean.
Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard. God damn. Did you, like, cut your entire head open? Why are you bleeding that much? Christ. Well, I mean, I guess, like, Danganronpa has a, like, weird fixation with, like, drool, making that excessive and stuff. I don't know if blood is going to be the same, but... it's not without precedent. If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry. My bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. Wait, that happened to the other rooms as well? The other room as well? What bad luck. Crosspiece was gone. Does that mean... What? Already?
Confidence. Dreams. That's what the Killing Game is all about. Killing Game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the Killing Game. The Killing Game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
What? I mean, why is he making a big deal about the trial grounds? We've already seen that, like, twice already. I guess time's up. Oh, man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something. What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought the document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was... Perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. I feel like that sentence is incorrect, or at least, like, weirdly phrased. He drew his magic circle the exact same way as in this picture, yeah. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. What finer details? At the class trial. So, see there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. That is the best clue. Let's go to...
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes. What are you staring at? Oh boy. Shit. Yeah, I'm... Well, okay. I'll talk about, like, what I think happened and whatnot once we get to the class trial, or the beginning of the class trial, but, and I don't usually speculate too much. I usually go like, okay, this is kind of what I think happened, or this is roughly what I know transpired. I usually leave, like, the speculation to just during the trial, because that's usually more fun, to be honest. But yeah, like, Kyo obviously looks suspicious for this, but, like, he only looks suspicious for the second one, and even then, I feel like that's too obvious. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, God, we just got her lab, too. Christ. Like, I'm not at all sad that Angie died. Fuck her. Cult leader head ass, but, like, Tenko was, like, genuinely upsetting.
Oh dear.
It would appear we all have gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us. Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. He looks a lot better. Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Yeah, Gonta do his best to help. I want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level. Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch. It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far. Mir? Like, you're the best character in this game. You're full of shit.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
Hoo-yah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Acceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable. Atua, please. Oh, are we still going on about Atua? This entire thing should be an indication that, hey, maybe Atua isn't actually real, and Angie was full of shit. Please lend us your power. It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all. Thank you, Kibo. She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also.
Why especially? So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. I'm sorry? You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble. How long are you going to say that for? Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. Hold on. Before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. The way that flashed up is it's usually like, oh, hey, this is a thing. Has Kibo been hearing voices since we got here?
Jeez.
Or unless he means before now, but, like, no one really remembers much before then, so, like... Huh. Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap. His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating. Yes. Yes, Kaito. Monokuma specifically made that floor creepy just so you specifically could not investigate what happened.
I'm right already.
No, he didn't. Yeah, there's no way. And everyone's just like, no, what? No, that's... No.
Hey, so
Shuichi, say something. But what should I say? Oh, man. But what is that pose? That pose reminds me of something, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Like the whole handout thing. Like I don't know if it's like a generic anime thing or something that's like been copied over from something, but as usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard. We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell, faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it? Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed, you'll make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started.
Extreme!
At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Yonaga, the Ultimate Artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. And good riddance. Then Tenko Chabashira, the Ultimate Aikido Master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. I like... There's so much about Tenko to talk about, but I like how that's the parting words the game has for her. Hated men. Fucking God. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. Oh my God, that screen is getting really vacant. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Two different people? We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. I would love to save. Oh yeah, I still haven't saved over those files my mate used. God, I've got to get rid of them at some point. Cool. Alright, time to check on lunch, and then I'm going to have a quick break and might break down some of my thoughts before we get into this. So, I will be right back. Alright, I am back. And I didn't put up the BRB thing. Fuck me. Oh well. Now, let's shift things around. There's going to be some mic noise, so get ready. I guess it wasn't too bad that time. Okay. So yeah, this case is, like, really complex because, the game's already established that, there could be two killers here. And we kind of need to treat them as separate scenarios. Like, usually when two people are killed, like, because there's always a case with two people dead in a Danganronpa game. The last times that occurred, there was very little, there is very little chance that it wasn't caused by the same person, just because the way that the case falls out is that all of it seems interconnected with one another, whereas this is, like, almost tangentially related only. Like, the one thing at the moment that clearly ties these two cases together could be entirely coincidental, and it's the wooden board with the dried blood on it. This is going to be interesting to kind of think about, I think. In Angie's case, we have a lot less details about than Kyo's, which is... Oh, sorry. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I was like, hey, the seance, you know, Kyo's thing, you know, Kyo's death. Wait, he didn't die. But, yeah, but that's the thing, is, like, that scenario is set up so much like okay, Kyo's the killer, but that's really seems like the red herring. And in fact, it's so much the obvious choice for that I accidentally just said Kyo. Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's going to be very interesting to see how the two cases interconnect when we get to end up talking about both of them. Actually, while I'm eating, there should be something I got from Kyo. It was like supernatural phenom. That's it. Oh. Okay, you know what? I thought this was actually really good. I think it's actually trash. Especially the way that this game, like, aggressively, aggressively aim assists you. I actually don't think this is good at all. Which sucks, because, like, it's the one, like, big, thing I got from my, for want of a better word, confidants right now. Damn. Like, I could try it out, but you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll see how it goes. And, like, if it's really awful, I'll just restart the trial. I am gonna get this, though. Shit. I'm gonna quickly go through the, bullets bullets here. Victim is the ultimate artist. Victim's body was discovered in the ultimate artist research lab. Time of death is 2 a.m. Killed by a fatal wound to the torso. Wait, no. Didn't, Okay, hold on. Just because unfortunately, that text was in the way of, or behind the, my break screen. The victim was killed by a fatal stab wound to the torso. Didn't we establish that she was killed by the katana in the back of the neck? Why is it saying fatal to the torso? Like, I mean, I guess technically, because, like... Fuck, hang on. Because, like, technically the top here would still be considered part of the torso, but, like... We specified the neck. The similarity between the two was something the characters drew themselves. Like, well, the comparison between the similarities between the two is something that the characters noticed. Like, is that just a translation error? I don't know. Second victim was Tenko. Discovered in a vacant room on the 4th floor. Estimated time of death is 11 a.m. Stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. This door has a sliding lock. When Angie's body was found, the sliding lock was locked from the inside. The handle of the sliding lock moves at the slightest touch. Something gold and shiny was on the handle. Oh. Considering the laceration, the injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should. Piece of duct tape stuck to her bloody piece of duct tape stuck to her hair. The blood on it had already dried. The blood that was flowing from the back of Angie's neck created a pool. Why is that piece of evidence there? On the duct tape of all things. The 4 wax effigies that were created for the resurrection ritual. They are exact replicas of the late Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, and Kurumi. They were hung upside down from the ceiling beams in the Ultimate Artist's lab. Katana. It was stabbed into the hung Kaede effigy. Because the katana was so old, the handle's gold leaf rubs off easily. There was blood on the tip. It was taken from the ultimate anthropologist lab, so only the sheath was left in the display case. Anyone could have entered the lab. Hang on. I'm just gonna get a tissue. Oops. Grimoire Vice. A book Monokuma prepared as a motive, Angie attempted to carry out the book's ritual, or resurrection ritual, Necronomicon resurrection ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. Angie locked herself in the ultimate artist lab. Since yesterday, working on the ritual, she would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. Those were Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Front door has a cylindrical lock. Monodam swallowed the only key, so it can only be locked and unlocked from the inside. Before Angie's body was found, the door was locked, but Kokichi opened it by picking the lock. Kokichi can lock and unlock the front door of the Ultimate Artist Lab with his lockpicking skills. Yeah, which is, suspicious. If you hear some, knocking, my roommate got someone over to install one of her, like, wall-mounted monitor, thing, or a wall mount for a monitor. So, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of noise, unfortunately. Gonto did it in the Ultimate Artist Lab with the katana after asking the guy to lockpick it for him to surprise a girl. What is this, Clue? How are you doing, Doey? Also, Gonta. Please don't misspell the best boy's name. That's really disrespectful. Well, I mean, it's obvious that it happened with the katana, though. Like, a lot of the question is, like, how the fuck did they enter the room, and how did they get out? Gonto. Motherfucker. Okay. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the Spirit Medium and a dark place with no light. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. Then the Spirit Medium must place their forehead on a stone and curl up like a turtle. They must do this at the center of the circle. After the other 4 participants make the following preparations. Place the iron cage over the Spirit Medium and then cover that cage with a white cloth. Finally, place the dog god on top of the cage. Take care not to step on the magic circle during the preparations. Finally, turn off all the lights to make it completely dark, and your preparations will be complete. The seance will commence once all 4 participants stand at the corners of the room. The 4 participants, not including the Spirit Medium. I almost choked on pastry. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the caged child song. After the song... Oh, god damn it. After the song, ask, is the caged child, then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply with the voice of the spirit you have summoned. Kibo is motivated. A function that Miyu had added to Kibo. He can emit a blinding light from his eyes. Magic circle. Magic circle that was drawn with salt. It was drawn on the floor of the room where the seance was held. After Tenko's body was found, the magic circle was trampled on. That made it impossible to check the original shape. Oh, that might be important. Maybe? The sheet that was over the iron cage during the seance. It's very thick and cannot be seen through. There's blood on the back around the middle of the sheet, but there's no hole in the fabric. Whoops. Wrong button. Kyo was the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it off the cage. The wooden statue that was put on top of the iron cage during the seance, it weighs about 175 pounds. Shuichi, Kokichi, Kyo, and Himiko worked together to put it up and remove it from the cage. The stone that was by Tenko's body. During the seance, Tenko had been crouched over in the iron cage with her forehead on this stone. The loose floorboard right below Tenko, it was not loose before the seance. There was dried blood on the bottom part of the floorboard. Tenko died in a crouched position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. The iron cage that Tenko was in during the seance, it is around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Shuichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko, and Himiko removed it. Ugh. Fucking fly. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage. Sound during the seance. During the seance, there was a loud sound while it was completely dark. A hole that was in the corner of the room. The seance was held in. There is space under the floor, so you can see what was dropped there. A small amount of blood that was found on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from Tenko's blood, where Tenko's blood was dripping. One of the cross pieces that support the loose floorboard in the room the seance was held in, only the portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally, it looked like someone had purposely cut it. The sickle that was under the floor, the room the seance was held in. The weapon came from the Ultimate Assassin's lab. The blade was about 6 inches and the blood was still wet. While Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room where the seance was held, he had stepped through one of the floorboards. That room also had a part of a cross piece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hold on. There might actually be something that connects the two culprits as the same culprit. Like, I think you'd classify it as circumstantial evidence, because it's not... Because there are some other circumstances in which this could happen, but I feel like you wouldn't have used one of the floorboards as a weapon. unless you knew the cross piece was gone. Actually, no, that's stupid now I think about it. Like, you can pry up the floorboards in the corner, and the floorboards aren't thinged down. I don't know. Maybe I'm really off base with that. It sounds like it now that I think about it. It seems a bit too ridiculous, but yeah. Alrighty. So, you can disappear now. Shuffle things around again.